Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. So, people have various reasons why they dislike or hate exercise. In this episode, I'm going to share reasons why you might dislike or hate working out and how to overcome them. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend. Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, The Power of Possibility, Passion, and Purpose. And we're going to talk about exercise. Not everybody is a big fan of it. We know we need to do it, but sometimes we just might hate it or we might dislike it a lot. And so I'm going to tell you some ideas, some thoughts, some things that you might be struggling with or being challenged by, and address those reasons and ways that you may find that you need to just to get yourself some more exercise motivation, to improve that motivation. And sometimes it's just making a few tweaks. Other times it's changing your mindset. I often see people struggle with their health and fitness, or where people stop, they get off track. And you know what? It could be a lot of things. It could be life circumstances. It might be confidence. It might be just a mindset thing, or maybe it's something else. I know it happens to me from time to time, and I try not to drift off course too much. But I'll tell you what, nobody is perfect, and we all experience different body issues during our lifetime. And it can provide different challenges as we go along the way. And if we want to make change and achieve our fitness goals, there's a few things that we really need to learn to accept. One is to love our body. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that really struggle with that. They don't love that. They come up with that negative mindset. But if you accept and love where you're at and the journey that you're about to take or that you're going to go on, that can be empowering and fuel the mind and fuel the body to move forward. Another one that people struggle with is just you have to eat to lose weight. Starving yourself does not work. Neither does deprivation. Learn to treat yourself on occasion. You don't have to treat yourself all the time, but depriving yourself of long things typically will lead to binging and giving in and hitting that wall because you just feel like, I got to have that. That one thing that you can't have is all of a sudden the thing that you crave. Also note that results are going to take time, and just keep chipping away at it. That's what I did. At the beginning, it was such a struggle, but I knew that bit by bit, I thought of it like a steam train where there's a lot of energy at the beginning and it's so slow to get going, but bit by bit, you gain momentum. And gaining the perspective, I know this might seem a little abstract because you might not be at that point, but this is a lifestyle change, and making health and fitness a priority and keeping your goals realistic is a great way to think about it and to go at it. So when it comes to exercise, why you hate it, maybe it's boring. Here's the solution, is just to try a variety of exercise styles to find out what's most appealing to you. There's a ton of different types of workouts out there that appeal to a wide range of people. Everything from Tai Chi to kickboxing to MMA stuff to lifting weights and cardio and, oh my gosh, rock climbing, etc. There's a lot of different things out there. Another one, why you hate it, it's not fun to work out. And that's what I struggle with for a long time. It's not fun. I should say it's not fun to work out alone. I struggle with that because I was just by myself. I was trying to do my own thing, kind of like a little closet exerciser sort of thing. It's like, just leave me alone, do my own thing. We see that a lot of people like in isolation at the gym, because they got their earbuds on. They don't pay attention to anybody else. But if you get a workout buddy, or even join like a Facebook group or some sort of live class, that can be a big motivation. So if you struggle with it's not fun to work out alone, that would be your solution. Another one why you might hate it is it's exhausting. And you know what? If you try to work out after work, your energy might be zapped. So just take a look at your schedule and pick a time of day when you typically are more energized and when you can work out more consistently. I know a lot of times we typically try to get busy doing other things, but if you use that time to get in a short workout and do it religiously, you're going to find that you're going to have more energy to do more things that you want to accomplish in your day, and your energy might not be as zapped. Next one, why you hate it, you're afraid that you're going to fail. I face a lot of people that they won't even get started because they've already made up in their mind that they're going to get some results, and then they're going to fail, or they're just going to fail right out of the gate. It's going to be too hard, and they're not going to do it. So I encourage you to, rather than setting that big goal, like I've got to lose 100 pounds, or I got to lose 50 pounds, or whatever, or I got to be in shape for this marathon. Set small, attainable goals. And celebrate the victories as you go along the way. My friend Judy, who I interviewed on this podcast, she focused on 2 pounds at a time. And then when she got the 2 pounds, she had this little sheet that was kind of like a coloring sheet of a hippie van with a bunch of flowers on it. She would color in a flower or some sort of logo on the hippie van. That was it. For me, it was just one belt loop notch. That's what I was celebrating. Every time I got a belt loop notch, it was like great until I got to get a new belt. Next thing, why you hate it. It takes up too much time. So here's the solution: is to start with 15 minutes. Anyone can find 15 minutes in the day. The thing that people struggle with here is they think that 15 minutes isn't going to make a difference. So why even put in the effort? But I'm going to tell you what: consistency will trump anything if you keep going. So if you're doing 10 minutes a day, I've had 2 friends. Each of them did 10 minutes a day. They followed a plan, but their 10 minutes they got in. One guy in a year, he lost 40 pounds. Another lady in about 4 months, she lost a little over 50. 10 minutes a day. And that built momentum to keep going elsewhere, because you got to take action to get momentum. Momentum does not come before taking action. So schedule it like you would with a friend, and just like a date with a friend, and commit to 15 minutes a day or 20 minutes a day or whatever you can do. Next thing, why you might hate it, is I can't afford or I don't want to pay for a gym membership. I get that. That's where I was. As a matter of fact, when I had a gym membership, I got really frustrated and almost resentful every time I saw a bill, because I knew that I wasn't using it. And I got mad at myself about it, but I avoided that place because I wanted to project my anger and my lack of use on them, like it was their fault. Isn't that weird? But I'm going to tell you what. There are many workouts that don't require any equipment, and many of those can just be done right in your living room. That's what I do. I use the Beachbody On Demand workouts and follow those plans, and boom, the living room is a gym. Put everything away. It's all over and done. And then there isn't all that negotiation of trying to find out what time you're going to get to the gym and do that. No, don't get me wrong. I love going to a gym. I love having access to a lot of equipment. But, when it comes to the money issue, and you're not wanting to pay for that, you can do everything right at home for really, really cheap or absolutely nothing. Another reason why you might hate it is it's embarrassing to work out in front of other people. I was there, totally. That's why I started working out at home, because I was so out of shape that I created this story in my head that I would be judged. And I knew I was actually judging myself, but other people would be judging me like, oh my gosh, you got so out of shape. Why are you here? Which that's exactly what the gym's for, right? To get people in shape. But you create these stories in your head. And exercise is actually supposed to relieve stress, not contribute to it. So the big reason why, that's why I found the appeal of at-home workouts to do that. So that may be a solution for you. Another reason why you hate it is you're really out of shape. Oh my gosh, when I started out and I had to do, I think it was like 7 push-ups or 10 push-ups in the workout, and I could only do 2, I was so humbled. I wanted to quit right then and there, but I committed to 90 days. I'm going to do 90 days, and sure enough, by the end, I was able to bang out all the push-ups, no problem, but it was so humbling because you're so out of shape, and the first few weeks are, especially a new exercise program or whatever you're going to do, it's the hardest. So start off slowly, gradually increase your effort and your intensity, and you'll feel successful after each workout. As a matter of fact, and this sometimes is abstract, is you'll find that what you're struggling with to do now eventually becomes like a warm-up for you. It's like, oh my gosh, I can bang out a quick 10 push-ups for my warm-up, where before it was like a struggle to even get into. Another one is, this is just so overwhelming. There's just so much information out there. I get it. There's so much advice out there, but really don't overcomplicate it. Just tune into yourself of what you want. Think about what's fun. And if possible, do it with a friend and give something a try. If you don't like it after like 30 days, just change the format of the exercise you're doing. But I'd stay committed for at least 30 days. That's what I used to do. I used to think in 30-day chunks and see how I progressed that way. You can commit to 21 to 30 days. You can do that. So, and if you're finding that time in the day or to get organized or just finding it challenging to put yourself first, then you will want to download my free Success Habits Master List. These are filled with habits of highly successful people. It includes exercise, and it's packed with routines, rituals, tips, and strategies to move you from that running out of time, chaotically scrambling through your crazy busy day to clear, focused, and just being fulfilled. And exercise is part of it. There's some mindset activities in there, but you can do it in a very, very short time. It is super empowering. It's absolutely free. You can download that at morningsuccesshabits.com. Once again, that's morningsuccesshabits.com. That's all I have for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you. It's so exciting to be able to share these tips with you, and hopefully you take them, and if you find them valuable, and you share them with others, and that will help other people find this podcast so they can benefit as well. And while you're in the podcast app, please leave an honest rating and review. That'll help others find this podcast episode as well. And I'm pretty sure the universe is going to give you some major bonus points out there. That's all I have. You absolutely rock, my friend. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.